Balancing your hormones can feel like a full-time job. You've got a blog telling you to cut out dairy. You've got an influencer telling you you must seed cycle. And on top of it, you've got a stack of supplements that you are spending so much money on, and you're not even sure if they are doing anything at all. They might even be hindering your progress and you don't even know it. I want you to know that I see you and I am here to support you. Balancing your hormones starts with simplicity. And today we are going to dive into what that looks like so that you can start balancing your hormones holistically and simply. In this video, I'm going to walk you through a simple framework to balance your hormones in order to support your fertility without overhauling your whole life. My name is McKenna, and I am a nutritional therapy practitioner, fertility awareness educator, and doula, and this is Holistic Conception. First off, you probably hear about hormones all the time, but you may be wondering, why do hormones even matter? Well, hormones are basically messengers that run throughout our body. They tell our brain, our ovaries, our gut, everything what is going on and what needs to happen next. For fertility, we're really focusing a lot on estrogen, progesterone, LH, cortisol, testosterone, all of these different hormones which really drive that fertility process. But if we take a step back, things like insulin, ghrelin, leptin are also going to support that fertility because fertility is a whole body process and it is not isolated. But the good news is that when we step back and we support that whole body and the whole body hormonal process, we then get to zoom in, and that's going to support our estrogen, progesterone, cortisol, all of those hormones that you hear about for fertility. Tip number one to balance those hormones naturally is simply to eat enough food. Yes, I am giving you permission to not restrict, but instead to nourish. Now, I'm not talking about going out, buying a bunch of crackers at the store, and then sitting in front of the TV and eating the whole box. I'm talking about nourishing your body with real whole foods that are going to provide nutrient density. So they're going to provide minerals, vitamins, the things that your body needs in order to, first of all, build hormones, but secondly, send those signals where they need to go and foster safety within the body. Number two is going to be to balance blood sugar. Now, blood sugar that goes all over the place is super stressful on the body, and it can actually stunt hormone signals as cortisol is chronically raised. So we instead need to really support that blood sugar process, and we can do that in a couple different ways, but a really big one is to A, avoid processed carbs, but B, when we do eat a carb source such as fruit or a root veggie, we want to pair that with protein and fat and fiber. This will really help to slow down that blood sugar absorption, prevent those spikes and dips, and keep those cortisol levels from spiking chronically. Number three is to support digestion. And this is because you are not just what you eat. You are what you absorb. And if you are not properly absorbing your food, then you're not going to have what you need in order to create hormones, including creating the hormones that ultimately go back to support digestion. A really simple way to start supporting your digestion today is to slow down. What do I mean by this? I mean, Really enjoying the cooking process. So, smelling the food that you're making, because our digestion starts with our brain. It starts with our nose smelling the food we're about to eat and then salivating and producing that stomach acid. And then when we're actually sitting at the table, take a few moments to just breathe. Be thankful for the meal before you. Enjoy looking at it, smelling what's sitting on your plate. And then when you go ahead and dig in, don't just dig in. Chew your food consciously so that it is really broken down, so that by the time it gets to your stomach, it is ready to be digested a lot more easily than it would be if you ate in a super fast-paced way. Your body doesn't have time to make stomach acid, and then you're swallowing whole bites of food, so your body has to work extra hard to break it down. Again, you are what you absorb, so prioritizing that digestion is so important for hormone balance. Number 4 is to prioritize rest and the nervous system. This is because the nervous system plays a very big role in your hormone health. And if our body is constantly in fight or flight, it's not going to be sending signals of hormonal safety. It's not going to be telling the body to ovulate or that it's safe to create life. So we really need to prioritize rest. Again, that goes back to really slowing down and not being in a constantly rushed state. Listen to the cues your body is telling you. If you need to sit down, sit down. If you need to get a breath of fresh air, go get a breath of fresh air. Take a walk. If you feel hungry, then eat. But really prioritize listening to what your body is telling you, and then slow down as well. Number 5 would be to ditch the toxins where you can. And where you can is key, because we cannot control everything. We cannot control every toxin that we're exposed to, but we can control some. And it's about looking at what it is in our realm of control and in the realm of our budget, and detoxifying those things, because when we're surrounded by toxins, this can actually disrupt those hormonal signals, and it can make it harder for our body to actually get messages where they need to get to. And so by eliminating some of that toxic load, we free our body up more to do its work because it feels safe. So my number 1 tip for this would be to slowly detoxify, because it can be really overwhelming to do it all at once. As you run out of a more toxic product, just replace it with a cleaner product. And that way it's going to be a lot more affordable than doing it all at once. Those are my top 5 tips for holistically balancing your hormones in a simple way. My bonus tip is to support that circadian rhythm, because this is really the driver of our hormones and our hormonal signaling. So to support your circadian rhythm, I would highly recommend getting sunlight first thing in the morning. Do not roll over and look at your phone first thing. Instead, get up, get outside, and just take 5 minutes to soak in that sunlight before anything else. And this is really going to go back to that principle of slowing down, and that's what we come back to time and time again when supporting our hormones, is being okay with not doing everything, but instead resting in that support that we can give our body, resting in that nourishment. If you enjoyed this, please subscribe and don't miss my next video, which is all about what no one tells you about first trimester nutrition. It is going to be a really good one, and I'm so excited for you to watch along. I would love to hear from you. What is one of these foundations that you are working on right now? Go ahead and drop it in the comments below so that we can cheer each other on.